Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast.
You've been eating stuff.
Eating stuffing mix.
The Mountain from Game of Thrones, if you ever watched it.
He has a little brother called The Hill.
Shut up. Shut up.
Elon Musk, one of the most intelligent people out there.
His son is going to have a lifetime of bullying.
This episode has no special guests. it's just Sean and Michael. It's just us. We're here. Alright.
You know? I'm a number one fan.
Welcome
What episode are we up to? 35?
35. Yeah, because
Shooty.
last week was definitely 34.
All right, man.
All right.
Take it away, Michael O'Brien.
Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast. We're here. Episode 35. I was about to say 4. We're episode 34.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What was your name again? I've forgotten.
Sean.
Sean. Okay.
I was trying to think of something funny.
Forgot for a second.
I was going to
didn't
think of something funny, but I was like, nah, I'll just stick with
you?
Sean.
Well, my name's Michael. And
I don't care, Michael. Before we go on a rant about your behaviour in the past week, just want to say a quick happy birthday to a number one fan, Aiden. You know who you are. Thanks, Aiden. Happy birthday.
Aiden.
He turned 35.
Oh, also, this
Yep.
quick shout out to another number one fan,
Multiple number one fans on this show.
Sarah.
Sarah? Oh,
Fuck you.
hang on. I got something about Sarah. I forgot. Hang on. Oh, no, I remember. Oh, fuck Sarah. That's
Yeah,
right.
fuck
yeah,
Sarah.
no, I just remembered. Just remembered.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks.
For tuning in each week.
Fuck her, you know what I mean? Anyways, let's just rewind a
I
little
think
bit.
my mum's listening to this episode
Oh, is she?
because she gave us a few topics, and
Oh,
that's
cool.
that's what we're going to cover. Some.
Is that why one of these is about the dishwasher?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, do you want to cover those off the bat?
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're talking about you. So,
All right.
long-time fans will know that Michael just has a hatred
Not okay.
of person
You're painting it in the wrong light already.
people that upload pictures of themselves, guys, shirtless.
Shirtless.
He doesn't like them. And what did Michael do the other day?
Yeah.
Uploaded a photo shirtless.
Hey, look.
Just a scumbag. Just a scumbag. Nah, it was just...
Look,
I honestly forgot about it until
as
you
I-
brought it up before the episode.
Before this all happened, when I previously stated my opinions on shirtless pictures on Instagram from guys, we kind of, I guess we pulled it into the same group as like girls doing it, and that's just kind of like you're saying, hey, look at my body. And
Is that what you're doing?
in this case, yeah, no shame. I thought,
Were you flexing your forearms?
turns out I didn't have any good shirtless photos, I felt.
What
And so that's why I'm like, I get, maybe it was like a body positivity thing. I'm like, I don't like shirtless pictures because I don't look good in shirtless pictures. But just happened to be going away with the girlfriend, went to Kiama, got the film camera out.
Yeah, so what'd you use? Film.
It was just a film camera.
So let me get this straight. You take photos with the film,
yeah,
and then how do they develop it? They develop it?
yeah, you got to take it to a store.
And then how do you get
develop
it onto your phone? Do you take a photo of the...
They send you a Dropbox with like digital copies. And you
Cool.
save- you
Yeah,
save
no,
them to your
because
phone.
a friend of ours had a camera similar on a night out.
Yeah.
Not like a night at her house, and like took photos all night. And they looked like, I like the look of the digital camera. They look
everything
cool.
looks better.
Just like it's a bit saturated, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was thinking of fully, like I was like, you know what, this summer, like I just finished exams. I'm like, I'm going to buy a film camera.
Yeah.
And then just take photos and then maybe develop it, maybe not. And then at
And
the
it's
end
cool.
of
Yeah.
the summer holidays, develop all the photos and
Like
see what
from
I
that summer.
Yeah, like just
Cool.
little ideas. I'm like, that'd be really cool.
It is good because you don't, like, you take pictures in the moment.
And then you
like,
forget about it.
You also don't get much opportunity because you have like 20 or 30, 32 like frames in a roll.
Yeah.
And so like you can only take 32 photos. Like you're not sitting there like you are with your phone taking 15 photos of the one situation to get the right shot. You just take it.
You just take
and that's
it.
it.
Yeah.
If it's like shit, then it's shit. If it's good, then it's good.
I feel like it'd be cool because you just take a photo and it's just like,
Yeah.
you're going to forget
Yeah.
about it. And
Yeah.
it's like, hey, that's
crazy.
a nice photo. And
You
then
know-
you...
You know David Dobrik,
Yeah.
famous man David Dobrik.
Yeah.
He has, he has an Instagram called David Disposable, where he just started taking photos with a disposable film cameras.
Oh,
And
really?
you just go and get it developed, and the same as what I'm doing basically. Except
Cool.
mine's not disposable.
But you started it first.
No, I think he was doing it long before me.
Come on, Michael, man.
But- he like it became such a thing, like David Disposable, this Instagram account, that he started an app called David Disposable that it goes on your phone and you take photos of it, and it's basically like that,
like a filter.
That Ouija. What's that app that kind of makes it look like film? There's
Yeah,
like an
yeah,
app, the
I
Ouija
don't
or
know
something.
what it's
I
called.
don't know what it's called. But you don't see the photo, so you take a photo and the app hides it from you for 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
So you take it on this app, and it's
interesting.
Like, the whole idea is that he's like, you should live in the moment and not get so caught up on what the photo looks like. So you just take one or two, and you can't see them anyway.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it'll be really cool.
So you just have to wait till the next day and then see what your photos look like.
Yeah.
But it's so weird that now on digital cameras, where we don't have to worry about things like film, we're trying to imitate film.
Yeah, it's funny how we've gone backwards on that.
It goes backwards.
It's like the whole music with vinyls. How vinyls have come back in.
Vinyls will come back.
Because I think a big appeal of it is like the nice album cover, because they look really cool. And they're expensive too. They're like $50.
Vinyl players are expensive.
Vinyl players are expensive.
Some of my friends were talking about getting one, and they're like $250 for a decent one. And then you actually have to have like amplifiers and proper speakers for it.
I'm not that much of an audiophile when it comes to that kind of stuff. So for me, it's just sort of like, I don't really like. I get the appeal of having a vinyl because it looks cool. Having like an album that you really like. Like, cool, I really like this album. Yeah, it's a cool vibe. But I never sort of. I guess I wouldn't really play it. But I don't know. I never thought I'd want a disposable camera. But here we are.
There you go.
Here we are. You know.
Anyways, back to the shirtless thing. I don't care. I was vibing the picture, uploaded it, but now I feel like it's out of my system. Like,
your fans care. You know.
I don't need to ever do that again.
The fans of the show have been betrayed.
Hey, look,
they feel upset.
Nothing wrong with feeling yourself and then uploading a photo.
Well, speaking about growing and changing our opinions,
yes,
a few episodes ago we didn't, but the people on our show seem to not like budgie smugglers.
Look, we kind of deducted that
drunkenly bought some, and now we have some. So
we have some. I'm not gonna post a photo of us in budgies.
No,
that's something that can be seen by the people in our real lives.
Look,
I'm not at that level yet.
I definitely regret buying them, and
I'll tell you what, though,
it's a bit silly.
I put them on. I put my pair on. They're sushi. They have little sushis on them, and you just confidence like emanates from you. You wouldn't think so. You're like, oh, this is gonna look so dumb, and then you put them on. You're like, tell you what, I kind of don't give a fuck anymore. Like wearing them changes your mind completely. I thought they were gonna be dumb, but then I put them on. I'm like, I probably could rock these at the beach because I just feel like I have no cares in the world right now. You legit? No, I promise you.
I'm giving you.
You need to try
bad faces.
Sean hasn't tried his on.
I haven't tried mine on yet. No,
but you legit you turn into a different man, and that's why I think we had the idea that typically unwarranted cocky people wear them, and super confident and kind of douchey people wear them.
Yeah,
because it just changes.
Gives that vibe.
I felt a little bit cocky, but it wasn't.
Cocky.
It wasn't. What's the word? It wasn't earned. I didn't earn that cockiness.
Yeah,
I earned the confidence, but it just was there.
Well, I guess if you're buying,
I can't explain it.
You sort of have it. Well,
but I'll wear mine at the beach.
We were just at a table, and then I forgot how the conversation came up. But they're like, another mate of ours was like, "Let's buy them. I'll buy them right now.
Yeah.
Like, which one do you want? Which one do you want?" And I'm like, dude, no. He's like, do. He's like, don't fucking leave me out. They're like $60.
They're really expensive.
And I was like, alright, cool. And there was a pretty funny one. I got a Bundy rum one.
Yeah.
So the Bundaberg rum bear, which was pretty funny. And we got the same one.
The only criticism of the brand I have is that across the bottom it says Budgie Smuggler.
What,
I would rather just a logo on the hip or something.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that you're advertising it's a Budgie Smuggler on the bum, just because I think it's a bit tacky.
I honestly, the only time I ever think I'll wear these would be at your house, and then you're inviting the mates over for a swim or something. That's the only time I'm ever going to crack them out.
Hey, look, unless
and that day will be a good day.
One day,
I'm not going to wear them to the beach ever.
You might find yourself in a cruiser challenge on Team Pineapple.
That's exactly I'm like, these will come in handy one day. You know what I mean? But yeah, we were sitting there, and then we all bought them, and then I remember getting home the next day, waking up, and I'm like, look, it was a pretty bad night. Not in terms like I had a good time, but I was like, I got
feel
pretty
like,
bad.
I think you forgot that you ordered them.
That's exactly what happened. And I was like, yeah, cool. At least I didn't do anything stupid last night. Like, yeah, it could have been bad. And then you messaged me like, hey, you owe me $60. And I'm like, oh, fuck. It's because of those goddamn budgie smugglers. So, yeah.
Yours are expensive too.
Were mine more expensive than yours?
Yeah.
Because I think they're
yours are branded.
Yeah,
Some
you know
sort
it
of
is.
deal. There's deals going on in there.
Deals going on, yeah. But I think I got too big of a size. I think I'm going to have to get a bigger size now.
Anyways.
And then I'll send it back and keep the money and be like, fuck you guys.
Just leave me and our other mate hanging.
Fuck you guys. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm returning it as well. Anyways, what were you going to say?
My mother
That's nice.
doesn't wear budgie smugglers, but she does listen to the podcast sometimes. Not often. Only every now and again she tunes in.
Okay.
But she was away with some girlfriends this weekend and she hit me up twice saying, hey, talk about this on your next episode.
Slid on the DMs.
And so we're just going to quickly cover these topics that my mum...
Quickly? Oh, that's so insulting.
No. Well, not quickly, but like, I can't not do them. She's my mum.
Look, guys, I'm sorry. My mom.
So-
It's like when your mum forces you to bring your little brother somewhere. It's like, look, guys, I have to bring him because my mum wanted me to.
And so I don't know if that'll be a good talking conversation though.
Look, I've read them and I'm a bit like, we'll just see how we go, you know? But a lot of our topics are like, I don't know where this is going to go.
I've had to do a
bit.
bit of research, at least on one of them.
Okay.
First one, cicadas. Why do we need them? The noisy bugs in the bush.
Yeah.
They're like...
Can you explain what
noise they make? Make the noise.
Can you explain what they are to our one American listener?
They're these bugs that live in like the bush areas of Australia that are really loud. Compare it to like a rattlesnake rattle, similar to that kind of thing.
More high pitched,
but
and louder.
high pitched, and like there's thousands of them in the trees.
Yeah,
and it's just loud as fuck.
I think
like the loudest I've ever heard them. It's hard to have a conversation.
Yeah, they're loud. They can be loud. If you've ever had one like near you, because I live in the back of a bush, so sometimes they put their nests or whatever on our veranda, and you can hear like one's louder than the rest.
Yeah,
so you have to like go find it and get rid of it. It's just too loud. But do we need them? Do we need most animals?
Did a bit of research. They're not really pests like I thought they would have been. I thought they would have been like an invasive species. They're not. A lot of animals eat them, including bats, birds, fish, if they land in the water sometimes. That happens. Also, like, the larvae that live in the ground for, like, 9 years, who knew, also get eaten by a lot of ground animals and stuff like that.
So we don't need them.
We don't eat them.
The other animals do.
The other animals do. So they're needed for the ecosystem.
You say, do we need them or do we eat them?
Do we need them? No.
Well, a lot of animals we don't need.
No. Second
well, technically we do need them because...
they keep the ecosystem
birds
in balance.
Or something eats them.
Yeah.
And we eat that animal.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the circle of life right there, you know?
It is.
It's in The Lion King. Look it up, man. It's facts. Circle of life.
Don't they, in that movie, don't they justify the fact that, like, everyone obeys the king, which is a lion, even though they get eaten by lions, because they see it as when the lion dies, they go into the ground and become the grass that the other animals eat. So it all evens out.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Man. Make sure you eat grass. That was the king. What? That was, what's the king's name that died?
Mufasa.
That's Mufasa right there, bro. You better eat him up.
He
ate my mate. Let's eat him, boys.
Avocado in the dishwasher. Why doesn't it wash away? Couldn't tell you. Didn't look into this.
Don't know. Anyways, moving on. No, I'm kidding.
If anyone has answers, write in and I'll pass it on to my mum.
It's just a sticky substance, isn't it? The old avocado. For God's sake, what's going on there?
Probably because it's fatty, I imagine.
Yeah. It's basically all fat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Healthy fats. Yeah. Well, you mentioned something the other night. We were with a mate and we're talking about growing things.
Yes.
Avocado plants take what? What did you say, 9 years?
I think it's 9 years before they even start fruiting.
Oh my God.
That's too many years, isn't it?
That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to start an avocado growing business. You got to wait 9 years, bro. Well, I'm sure you can buy like the trees.
Yeah.
Like you can probably go buy a fruiting tree.
Like a mature tree.
Transport it somewhere.
Yeah.
But
it's like olive trees.
It's like when they grow trees to be cut down for like paper and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like so many years ago they'd have to be like, I'm going to start doing this now. And it's only just, it's like, why do you think it's so far ahead, man?
Like
9 years.
Christmas tree businesses.
Yeah, Christmas tree businesses.
Even just like regular flower businesses. I can't imagine it's something that like any produce actually is the same. You just have to wait until it grows.
Yeah. Well,
Now, what if it doesn't?
look, I'm not 100% familiar, but I'm sure there's a lot that grow faster than 9 years. So it's
yeah.
It's like I'm going to plant some. Everyone's growing a few tomatoes around their house. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Tomatoes they're a fruitful fruit.
Mm-hmm. They are a fruit.
There's lots of them.
There is lots of them. But why does avocado not stick? I don't know.
No idea.
What else doesn't stick? I mean, what else sticks?
Sometimes tomato sauce from your pasta bowls.
Yeah.
Tomato stains really easily.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
It's like when you get those Tupperware containers and you have like spaghetti bolognese ones.
Don't get me.
And it's like it'd be completely clean, but it's just got that orange tint onto it, and it's just ruined.
Yeah. One of my pet peeves is Tupperware containers in the dishwasher because they pull water around the rim of the lid because there's like little kind of hollow sections and stuff like that, and you go to lift it out and it's just like water goes everywhere back over your dry dishes from the dishwasher.
You ever
bitch?
You ever see someone like put a bowl in upside down? So like it just catches a bowl of water, and you're like, what dumbass has done this? You know what I mean?
You ever go to load the dishwasher and someone's left a half glass full of water, like a half full glass of water, and you haven't realized it's empty, and you go to just like chuck it in the dishwasher, and it's full of
you've just thrown it everywhere.
It's full of water, and you just pour water into your dishwasher, and it splashes everywhere.
You ever get a sauce bottle? And like it's obviously like you can lock it at the top, and you shake it aggressively to like get the sauce to the other end of the bottle, but you didn't lock it properly, so you just you flick it, and you just flick sauce like across you cross your kitchen, and you're like, oh, for God's sake, it's just bad. It's bad news, man. But I don't know why avocado doesn't stick.
No,
I don't know.
No.
Honestly, look,
it's one of life's mysteries.
I don't think it's I think it sticks, but like I haven't been like, wow, this avocado is really annoying to get out. It's just like, it's like many of the other things.
I don't think I've ever noticed it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But maybe we don't do the dishwasher very often.
Maybe Tony isn't washing her plates well enough or rinsing her plates well enough before she goes in the dishwasher.
Tony. Or maybe using too much avocado. How much avocado are you using?
Back up the avocado, mate.
Yeah, just calm down. There's nothing worse when you're like, I'd love some avocado on toast right now.
I don't think avocado could ever ruin a dish.
No. Well, you go downstairs and you're like, oh, here we go. And then you look, there's one there, but it's rock hard. And there's like one left. And you're no. It's like, it's right here, but I just can't use it. You know what I mean?
It's just not for another 9 years.
Not for another 9 years. It's like, I've got the seed, but no, I reckon it can ruin a dish.
You know,
put it with pasta.
I think it would be fine with pasta.
Nah.
It doesn't taste like anything. It only enhances other flavors, I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100% agree.
Yeah.
I like avocado, but...
Speaking of something taking 9 years...
Where are you going with this?
2 years ago, I think we can safely say we were all different people, weren't we?
I'm trying to remember 2 years ago.
Where were you 2 years ago? What were you doing?
What was I doing 2 years ago? What year was that? 2018?
2018.
Man, just living life, probably. Just vibing.
Just vibing.
Just being happy.
How times change.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what I would have been doing.
Do you feel like, you know, they always say, if you could give advice to your younger self, what do you reckon you'd say? I'll say 2 years ago.
I'd say...
So I feel like 2 years, as a young adult, 2 years is heaps. I'm a completely different person than I was 2 years ago.
Yeah, you were a douchebag 2 years ago.
Yeah. I was doing Movember. Didn't even care about men's mental health.
Yeah, you were just... You were such a dick. But you were like, hey, man, I'm doing Movember because I'm a nice guy, I promise. Such a douche. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Before my mum, I'm going downstairs before my mum sees the dishwasher in the morning and I'm putting avocado on the...
You're smearing avocado on the plates just to make it more annoying. You uploaded so many shirtless pics back 2 years ago, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Wasn't your profile picture on Facebook once you without a shirt on?
On a trampoline, maybe. In the middle of a backflip, I think.
Look at that, eh?
That was when I was younger, though.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
That was before I was younger.
Just a con man.
Self-aware.
And
You know
not
what?
self-aware.
This leads us into another topic we'll cover later, I think, which is cringy shit you did as a kid.
Yeah.
That you look back now and you're like, oh,
Oh man, I've got a really,
wish
I've
I
got a
didn't
really
do
bad
that.
one.
Okay.
Actually, I've got heaps. I've done so much dumb shit, but this one always stays in my head.
Yep.
Do you want me to explain it now, or do we
Well,
wait?
should we cover the advice one first?
Oh yeah, we'll do the advice one.
Okay.
You go first. Didn't you have one? I remember you were saying it last week.
Like thinking back, I was pretty I wasn't immature.
Oh, just
But
a
I was so not sure of myself. Like I wasn't confident at all. I feel like I am now, but back then, no chance.
Well, you did buy budgie smugglers.
Wasn't confident. Yeah, how times changed.
How times have changed.
Back then, if I saw that I bought budgie smugglers, I would have been like, "Are you sure?
You
Are you sure?" But I feel like I was so worried back then, like kind of late teens, like 19, 18, about like what people thought of you.
Would have been 19, yeah.
And as a result of like caring about what people thought of you, I would like overcompensate with things and try way too hard. Or like nothing was natural. Like I didn't do anything like naturally or just because I wanted to. It was like I was so concerned about what people were like looking at me and
overly nice.
Thinking. Yeah. Not really, like I was never overly nice, or a lot of people that know me might not even be like, bro, nothing's really changed. But on the inside, I feel like I was trying way too hard and I would like kind of get myself down. But just tell people you don't need to try so hard.
Yeah.
Recently ran into a bloke trying way too hard.
Yeah.
And it's
did
just
you
like,
tell him that?
Yeah, I did.
Did you actually?
I was like, mate, it's okay. Like you
don't
chill.
need to stress about what.
Yeah, you
what
don't
we
need
think.
you don't need to stress. Like you're doing fine.
Maybe you
be
just
yourself.
provide like just judgmental vibes, you know?
Yeah, that's me. Just the judgiest person.
Judgiest person ever. No, I'd say advice 2 years ago would be you have to deal with your own problems.
Yeah, okay.
I'd say you go through things, and it's 100% good to have friends and family that help you. But relying on them too much is not a good idea because everyone else has their own problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To expect people to be like your closest friends to be like, oh, you're a good man, like all the time.
Yeah.
Like we all know those people that go through things and are always like,
oh, it's great to have support.
But and it's just like sometimes you got to like take a step back and like, look, I'll deal with this myself.
Oh,
kind of
100%.
thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's cool to like, you have your friends, you tell them what's going on, and they help you. But like, in like when you're having a good chat with a friend, and it's like, oh, cool. In a week's time, they're going to be busy with their own things, and they're going to come help you again.
Yeah,
you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. You know what I mean?
I 100% get that.
That's something that you have to sort of learn a bit.
Have you ever found yourself in a position before where like people rely on you too much? And it's like it's just a lot.
I could have been in that position, but I was like, no. Like I know people that have like that are going through things.
Yeah,
and it's like I want to be there, but I also feel like I don't want to get in that position to be relied on too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
I think it's a fine line between like people needing support in their life and people being reliant on other people.
Yeah, like you can't rely on anyone.
There's a huge difference.
You really can't rely on anyone.
No,
and that's not a shot at anybody, but that's just how it is. You just kind of gotta. You just kind of got to deal with it your own way. You got to be independent. That's just how it is.
But that doesn't mean like, see, it's so hard because it's hard to kind of differentiate between, hey, don't ask for help because this is your problem. And then like, hey, you got to be reliant on yourself. Like,
I understand.
Like it's okay to ask for or seek support, but it's also like the only person in your life solving your problems 24/7 is you. So you need to start like relying on yourself a little bit.
Yeah. Making sure you're okay.
Another bit of advice, I think that ties into like the confidence thing that I brought up, and like just being kind of like being yourself is a bit corny, but is knowing like that people can be shitty in any situation. Like say a work situation, like I would walk away from a situation where someone like kind of had a go at me or like was a bit mad or something, and I'd be like, oh fuck, what did I do?
No.
Instead of having the mentality of like, oh no, they can be shitty. It's not just me that can be shitty. Like everyone's capable of that. And that like sometimes you just have to be like, no, just say no and be like, nah, I know I'm in the right here and I'm not going to like question my position because I've I feel like I've done the right
Yeah,
thing.
that just comes from a confidence thing.
Yeah,
It's
like, don't like
Nah, I haven't done anything
like
wrong.
learn to back yourself.
Yeah.
Like in any like work, relationships, anything, but like learn to back yourself and like believe in what you're saying.
Yeah.
Don't be easily persuaded, kind of thing.
Yeah, don't be easily persuaded and knocked off your own block, I guess.
But also
Yeah.
don't be completely dismissive of like
It's a fine line.
advice.
It's a grey area.
It's all balanced.
It's all balanced.
It's all balanced.
You gotta be hitting that grey area every time. You know what I
Because
mean?
if someone comes to me with constructive criticism and I'm just like, oh nah, like, and I blow them off, then of course I'm the asshole.
Then you're the dick.
Yeah.
But sometimes, well, you'd hope if something comes up a few times, you'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe there's some merit to that. But when something comes out and you're like, I'm fairly confident from what I've heard around, you know, I don't do that. Maybe it's not right. But anyway. Yeah, no. No, I found myself in situations where, like, people have been like, oh, such and such, like, doesn't like you. And I'm like, oh, like, what did I do?
Yeah.
And then it's like, no,
Not
I've
my
got a lot
problem.
of people that sort of like hanging out with me, so I don't think it's my problem to deal
It's my
with.
problem.
It's like, yeah, it's like this would have come up earlier if it was a big deal, but it's just sort of like I guess an outlier, and it's like, I'm not really going to worry about what that person
I
thinks.
think we've talked about this before, but people that were like that are kind of always the victims in their social situation. It's like you kind of got to look at like, why haven't you gotten along with anyone in your life up until now?
Yeah, no, we
It's
talked
like-
about this
and it's
before.
like I think you're fine, like as a person right now when I'm talking about you, but it's the type of thing where like you obviously give them benefit of the doubt, but like you look at the common denominators, and if it's like if one person has a problem with me, then okay. But if like 20 people have a problem with me, then maybe look at yourself because you're the common denominator in that situation.
Yeah.
Whereas like an outlier is nothing to really worry about.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Exactly. Yeah, it's only like 20 people. It's like between them.
Yeah.
It's only a few.
Yeah, it's only a few.
It's only like 10, 15.
Yeah.
Nah.
All the guys that post shirt pics on Instagram.
All of them. There's a whole bunch. Millions upon millions
Literally,
of people.
I'm the outlier.
You are the outlier.
I'm the asshole here.
You fucking douchebag. Do you have any more advice or is that it?
I think that's all.
Yeah?
I could probably sit here talking about stuff I wish I knew 2 years ago a lot.
Yeah.
Mainly because I feel like I went through not a specific thing, but a phase in my life and like where I really had to reevaluate and think about that stuff a lot. And so
we both sort of went through that
so
kind of
as
thing.
a result, like it's just part of growing up and relationships.
Around this
and
age, it's a lot.
new friends and like on like
Making friends.
new commitments and all sorts of stuff. Like you just kind of realize a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
And so
Definitely some advice would be just try new things as much as possible.
Yeah.
Say yes to things.
Yeah.
I found myself a lot of times like you get invited out and it's like, oh, I don't know, like maybe a few people that are going, I don't really want to go because like I don't know them. Like it'll be kind of weird.
Yeah.
But some of the best times is like going on holidays with half the people you don't know or like going out on that night out with like your mates and it's like, oh, I love these guys, this is great fun, you know what I mean? It's just like,
oh yeah,
you started,
100%.
it's just part of sort of growing up. You kind of got to say yes to things.
I've met some like awesome people going to gathers or like events where I knew literally one person, and that was the owner of the house, and you're meeting everyone new, and by the end of the night, like they're people that you'll see around and always say hi to and
You're
stop
like,
and have a
what's
chat
going
to.
on?
And like you've made those friends because you just like took a leap and was like,
nothing more
easy.
fun about that.
It's
I mean,
great.
there's nothing better than that. So
It's great.
yeah, no, it's fun.
No.
Yeah. What was the other?
Cringy
cringy.
stuff you did as a kid.
Yeah,
Kind of ties in
but I got heaps, man.
because a lot of it,
Got
a lot
whole
of
list.
a lot of the stuff I think about when I think is like cringy, is because like I was trying too hard, and so I did things that were like forced or unnatural or like just a bit like, hey, look at me.
Yeah. What, like attention seeking?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit.
Yeah,
a lot of it.
you're
I think a lot of it. Like looking back, I think it might have been a little bit of that. Not that I felt like I was the biggest attention seeker. Or
I don't
anything
think you
like
were.
that. Yeah, but I would just like. But in the moment, my mindset is like, I think people might be looking at me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really doing it for like attention. Kind of. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I rode
think it was.
I rode a unicycle to school once, and I was like, "This is dumb."
Did you actually?
Yeah,
Is that one of the cringy things?
I don't think it was that cringy. But it was definitely like.
How old were you?
I think the cringy thing.
How old were you?
We're in year 12. It was ride your bike to school day for year 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, I think I remember that.
yeah.
But I didn't think much. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think it's pretty funny. But then, like, looking back, I'm like, why didn't I just ride a fucking bike? Everyone rode bikes and scooters.
Oh, did you not have a bike?
No, I did.
Oh.
But I'm like, I chose to ride the unicycle because I can ride a unicycle, and why not? It'd be funny. But I get caught up in thinking like,
Douchebag, man.
maybe that was cringy,
Douchebag.
or maybe like why did I want to like steer away from the norm or the majority? Like why?
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all done those
Like,
things.
why did I do that?
Where
And
it's
I can't tell you why. So I guess
Yeah,
it's pretty,
I mean,
I guess
it was
it's kind
taking a bit of-
I guess it's kind of cringy.
Yeah, I mean, there's another grey area there where it's like you want to do something funny, make people laugh, but it could come off as like, oh, this guy's a bit of a douche. Like, why is he trying riding a I remember you riding a unicycle. I thought you just didn't have a bike and you had a unicycle, and I was like, that's funny.
Like there were bikes at my house that I could have rode.
You had a bike.
Yeah.
I rode my mum's bike. It was pink.
Hey.
Is that really interesting? I didn't have anything else.
No.
Yeah.
That's
See,
fine.
normal person right here.
See, maybe it's
Weird.
also the type of thing where I'm just overthinking it. Maybe I think
I think you
look
are.
back
I didn't
and-
really think much of it when.
Nah.
See, in fact, I've forgotten it. To be honest, I forgot you did that.
Well, there you go. But that's the thing about cringy shit.
A lot of people forget.
People don't give a fuck.
Yeah, really, people really don't give a shit.
The only
Yeah.
person that cares about your thing being cringy is you.
Yeah. Although
usually,
usually there are times where mates will bring up things that you did 10 years ago that you don't remember at all, and it's like, oh, cool, thanks. Now I feel like shit.
Yeah.
I fucking got so many because my mates apparently have the best memory ever.
Best memory ever. What's one?
Well, we finished playing cricket one morning.
Yeah.
We went back to a mate's house and we decided to put soap on the trampoline and jump around because it was hot.
Yeah.
The hose. Pretty fun.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll tick that off my bucket list. You know, just as a passing comment.
Yeah.
Thought it was pretty funny. I completely forgot about it. It was like, I was like 11. I don't know. I don't remember. And then
Such a
last
weird
year, all my friends started saying, I'm going to tick that off my bucket list, and started laughing. I'm like, I don't get it.
As a callback to this thing
I'm
you
like,
said
can you
9
explain
years
it?
ago.
And then they explained it. And then I was like, oh, really? Is that what we're doing now? Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
We're just picking obscure things that we said as kids.
Yeah. Well, I remember there was one thing. Oh, this was bad. I bought a lot of the things just comes down to what, like, I wore. I don't know if that happens with you.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I remember it was Mufti Day. So, like, you could wear whatever you want to school. So, you usually wear a school uniform. And I had this flat cap and it had a shoelace on the front. It was like bright blue, red shoelace.
Yeah,
and
right.
I wore it.
I don't remember this at all.
Good. I'm glad. And it was bags. I remember it. And I remember, like, a kid, maybe a couple grades above, like, were like throwing food at me at one point in recess. Think 100% because of the hat. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was
I hope
like,
it's because of the hat.
I fucking hope it was. And I'm like, if it was, fair enough, because I looked like an idiot. So I was like in year 7 or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
That comes to mind. What else was there? I'm trying to remember what else.
I feel like-
what other dumb things have I done?
don't think there was that much cringy stuff.
I remember once I would try to go to Mufti school, another Mufti day, and I had like bright green pants and a bright green shirt. And I was like, I'll tell you what, it'll look good. I'll wear them both at the same time. So we'll bright green that day. Pretty bad.
Like a neon, like a fluoro.
Like fluoro, yeah.
See, I think. See, the thing about cringiness.
But we've all worn dumb things. You know, am I right, guys?
My theory.
Please?
please.
You guys wore dumb things as well, right?
The thing about cringiness is that, like, it's just something that when you're older, you look back on and think, oh, that was a bit silly.
You're sort of growing up.
It's more you just ask the question of why did I do that?
Yeah.
And I think in the moment, it's not really that cringy in the moment.
No,
It's just
definitely
like-
not.
But it's significant enough to think back and be like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why did I decide to ride that unicycle?
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, I probably thought it was a great idea. And I don't think I was like, there was anything in it apart from, I kind of want to ride my unicycle. I think it'd be funny. But looking back, I think, why?
Wasn't funny.
Why did
man.
I do that?
Wasn't funny. No laughs.
But I don't know. What is cringy?
Cringy is just like things you regret doing. It's like, why did I do that? I was so dumb.
Made you cringe is like an
It's a physical thing.
Like
it's a physical
like
feeling.
you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So what I thought was, I watched a video today.
What?
It was on Reddit about like a nightmare workplace, and they're doing some sort of training event or day, and you can tell it's forced fun. It's like, hey, this is we're here to discuss new policies, but first we're going to do this fun team building activity. And it's like, people don't think of their work as fun.
No,
work is like a place you go to make some money to go home.
Yeah,
like you don't,
if your work makes it tolerable, that's good. You've honestly won the lottery.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
but a lot of big companies tend to be like, let's have a fun learning day, and they have all these dumb like songs or jingles or like activities and silly things to kind of like make it fun, and it just makes you want to blow your brains out because they're not fun. They're just I'm
it's
done.
just like it's like the office.
Just give me a document, tell me to read it, give me a few questions and sign it off in 2 seconds rather than dedicating a whole afternoon of like song and dance.
Oh, here's a better idea. Give me some work. Yeah, I'll just do work instead. Because I'm here for work.
I'm here for work.
Yeah,
can't I just go home?
Yeah, 100%. That's weird.
I don't know.
It's like those cringy bosses.
I think they're cringy.
You ever had cringy bosses and stuff?
Yeah.
See, when you say try too hard, I've seen bosses that try too hard.
Like Michael Scott from The Office.
Michael Scott.
That's why that show's successful. It's like uncomfortable.
That's
the humor.
There are some bad, like, there's times where I'm like, I don't want to see how this turns out because I don't want to cringe that hard, so I'd skip it. Yeah. That's like perfect example of what cringe is.
What
like,
cringe is. It's someone who's like trying.
He's trying too hard because he wants to be popular and liked by all his co-workers.
Yeah.
And then the co-workers, the beauty of it is they dig into it and they let it happen because they want. So they're laughing at him while he's thinking he's getting laughs. Like he thinks they're laughing with him.
Right.
He's just so dumb. Like it's just so funny. So many good moments that you're like, that's just good writing, you know? I don't want to be like, oh, The Office is my favorite show because it's like really basic, but it's always a go-to. I love just pulling it up.
I used to do this thing. This is me like admitting something.
Oh no.
It's kind of like not that personal, but it's also not the type of thing you want to admit.
Okay.
And that's that like sometimes this comes back to like trying too hard. And I look back and think that was cringy as hell. Like why were you like thinking like that? And that is in a social setting. You're not listening and reacting. Instead, you're kind of like, you're thinking up things to say to be entertaining, or like you're kind of waiting for your space to like do something notable or say something notable, but it never comes across as funny. It's just like,
can you give me an example?
I can't really,
because I don't remember you doing that at all.
But that's the thing. You don't think I'm doing
You're not
it.
talking
In my mind, I'm being like, I feel like I'm like competing for like laughs almost. And this wasn't that long ago. It was like 3 years ago I did this because we're talking
about 2 years ago, Michael. Come on.
In my life, like I feel like humor was something that was so valued, and so
is it not valued anymore?
No, it is still valued. But it's like, to me, that was like what made people fun to be around. It's like how funny they are and how they tell jokes or stories or whatever and stuff like that. And so I would try way too hard to like be funny instead of just like saying and reacting to things naturally. Because it turns out I think I'm much funnier when I just say and react to things naturally and don't try so hard. But there was a period. So this is the thing about being like insecure, is that even though things might not have seemed that bad, like you don't notice anything that I'm saying right now.
No.
Like you didn't notice anything that I'm saying right now. But back then I played it up in my mind and I was like, oh God, I'm like such an idiot. I probably come across like a wanker.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about insecurity. It like,
it
makes everything seem worse than it is, kind of thing.
A lot of cringy stuff people do, it's like, other people don't remember. People have no idea. It's all in your head. Like no one cares at all.
Yeah. There's absolutely no picking what people will think is cringy or not.
No, it's a social construct.
Although,
well, cringy is just a sign of like growth.
I know the cringiest thing I ever did.
Oh, okay.
I went as the Joker.
Oh my God. Yes, I remember this.
So a friend that we went to school with,
I wasn't at this party.
had, I think, a going away party.
I thought it was a Halloween party.
No, it wasn't a Halloween party. I think it was a going away / birthday party, Sweet 16, because they were going on exchange to America.
Yeah.
And so it was an American themed birthday party for when they went away.
So why'd you go?
Now,
Yep.
in my head, at the time, I'm not exactly a movie connoisseur. I just kind of knew of the Joker, the character the Joker, because people were going as like American characters or whatever.
Yeah, like I guess just cheerleaders,
American things. Yeah, like whatever. And I thought American Batman set in America. I'll go as the Joker. It'll be fun. You know, I love a bit of face paint. It's good. And then I know exactly what you think. It's cringy as. It's terrible. I was like, I'll go as the Joker. That'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Got there. Wasn't the setting for it. It just wasn't the environment to be wearing such like an extravagant outfit. And I just looked...
Because you can get away with a bad outfit, but if there's something on your face...
Yeah, you can't get rid of it.
Your face is just, you can't get rid of it.
I just looked ridiculous. And I kept forgetting I was wearing the makeup.
Yeah.
And then someone, when I got there, was like, Heath Ledger... Like, this is when, like, Joker, The Dark Knight came out.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are you the Joker? I'm like, oh, Batman's, like, an American movie. And they're like, Heath Ledger is Australian, the actor that plays him. And so then I even felt like more of an idiot. And I was just like, it was just an example of, like, trying. I felt like I was, like, maybe trying a bit too hard to do something fun. But it just came across, it was just not the right setting. It was really cringy looking back. I'll see if I can find a photo of it. That'll be the post this week.
The reason that's so big was because that photo kept getting shared around. It's you in a group photo, and you just look so silly. But to be fair, the face paint looked really good.
It was,
but it was just like
who's a makeup artist did it.
But the reason it was so funny to me was because not because like the setting was wrong. It was just like you had just a really weird smile. You were like, you just had a white face, and it's just like it just looked dumb. You know what I mean? But I wasn't at the party, so I didn't I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. You ever go to a party like a dress up party? You've nailed the outfit.
Yeah.
You know those ones?
Yeah.
Just to flip it on its head, you know, get the other way around.
Yeah.
Those are good. You know what I mean? Those ones where you're like, oh shit, yeah.
What do you think the best outfit you've ever pulled out at a party is?
What, into like costume?
Yeah, like do you ever go all out? I went as Freddie Mercury once and I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember all the ones. I went Mexican multiple times. A group of us to your party, we went as Three Wise Men.
That was good.
That was really good. I thought we looked really good.
It was a Christmas themed party.
It was a Christmas themed party, and all three of us rocked up as Three Wise Men. I thought that was pretty funny.
That was funny.
And someone was out.
Sorry, I remember that whole night. You kept on like because my cousins were there and they had a baby.
Yeah, and we're trying to borrow it.
They were like, "Can we borrow the baby for a photo?" I don't think
they
ever got it.
It was asleep by like 9 o'clock. But I remember a mate of ours was meant to rock up as the donkey, and we had like a tail and like antlers, I think. Not antlers, but like deer ears or whatever, and like a nose thing for him. He rocked up completely normal, didn't even put anything on.
No.
And we're like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And like, he's like, yeah, I just didn't want to do it. And we're like, oh.
I think if it's a setting where like dressing up and being a bit wild is completely okay, then not wearing anything is cringy. It goes the other way.
It's
like,
you didn't even put effort in.
You didn't
put
any effort in. It just looks dumb. It looks like you're trying too hard to be cool.
Dress up parties that I've been to, like every single one I've always gone like, I've always messaged a mate to see what they're wearing, or gone or like gone as like a group thing.
Yeah,
I've never gone. Although actually a really good outfit, I remember it. It's for another mate's birthday, and his theme was 90s themed.
Yeah,
and me and a mate, he organized the whole outfit. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
we rocked up from the Phantom Menace because that came out in 1999.
Yeah,
we rocked up as Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn, so the two Jedis in it.
That's good.
And the outfit looked really good. Like he did a really good job. Had like proper colored robes. He like cut up some fabric, and it looked like we looked like Jedis. Yeah, and it looked sick, and it was really good.
That's good.
And people were like, "Oh my god, why did you dress up as Jedis in the 90s?" And we're like, "The movie came out in 99." And they're like, "Yeah, so you should dress. Wear double denim like everyone else here." Shut up, you idiot. It looks good. Shut up, man.
Calm down.
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, lots of things happened in the 90s.
Yeah. Although 90s was a bit out there in terms of a theme. It's always 80s, 70s. 90s, it's
90s
like,
is
oh man.
it's too close.
90s, oh well, yeah,
I feel like I think an early 2000s party would be fun. Like the spiky hair, kind of over like slightly bigger jeans that are like, you know, just kind
I'm thinking like
it's not too far off, but it's just enough to be like, this is strange.
You could do a 2010s. That's way too soon. Like I would have no idea what to wear because everyone still wears those styles. But it'd just be funny to be like, what would you wear?
That's the thing. I reckon if you looked at photos of people like 10 years ago,
like 2010,
it would be a bit different.
Yeah,
it'd be different.
We were talking to a couple of friends of ours about they're having 21st soon.
Yeah,
and we're talking about themes for them.
Yeah,
we had some good ones.
What?
So the one friend has already had one, and I mean, their theme was already pretty much set, and it was races. And I thought that was a great idea.
The horse races.
People love dressing up. When it comes to a suit,
go as a horse.
No, I want to wear a suit and a tie. Like,
this is a horse.
This is an opportunity to wear something nice, you know. And then we're talking to another friend last night. Oh, it was album cover themed. Another friend of ours, went to a party and they had an album cover themed party. Yeah, we're like, you should do it again because that's a great idea. That's a really good idea.
This is like different people that don't cross over groups at all, really.
No, not really.
So it's like it's okay to steal their idea.
Yeah. Yeah. But I thought it was a really good idea, and we were like brainstorming and stuff.
Fun.
I have a really good idea, but I don't want to tell anyone.
The first thing that came to my mind was the naked Nirvana baby that's swimming in the pool.
That's such a Michael idea.
You've got to strip later.
You should rock up with like a diaper, you know, like they rock up with the diapers. Yeah. Oh, another good party costume I just remembered was someone had a childhood TV show themed one, and me and a mate went as Rugrats, and he had a Rugrats pajama shirt, and I didn't. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do? He's like, I don't know. And I was like, you know what? I'll make my own. I printed out the Rugrats logo, and I traced it with a pen. Over like a white t-shirt, and it looked really good. It turned out really well. And he's like, how'd you do that? I was like, I just drew it, bro. He's like, that looks really good.
It's the artist in me.
I'm like, mate, you know it is.
I
just
think
tracing.
A fun album art cover one would be if you have a large enough group of friends. Have you seen the album for the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper? Sgt. Pepper's something.
I got my phone right here.
It is. Look it up really quickly.
Yeah.
It's basically like a whole roster of people in all these wiki wad. These like crazy crazy outfits.
Oh wow, yeah.
And it's just like, imagine being able to get a group of like 20 all to do something similar, and then you all get in a big photo together, and it's like a new Sgt. Pepper's album cover. I think that would be cool.
My brother went as the Beatles to a party. Like those bright fluoro colored, like see how they were all like blue, red, yellow. He went and his mates.
That would be good.
And it looked really good.
Yeah,
it looked really funny, and they had like the circle glasses and everything.
Yeah.
It was like pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, there's the fact the not John Lennon, the Beatles Abbey Road cover where they're walking across the sidewalk.
That's what I said as well. Yeah, someone can rock up as a sidewalk.
Easy.
Someone rock up as a crossing. But that's like, I think it's a good idea because it gives people the
someone
you get to express,
the crossing. Someone
can wear like a white stripe, and so it's a black stripe.
Yeah,
and then they lie down on the ground, and we all like walk on them.
Get two friends, so you have the four Beatles, and then you get another two friends. One to wear a white top, black pants. Both of them wear white top, black pants, and they lay down horizontally in front of you, like head to toe,
and you're just like.
And so they're the crossing.
Yeah. And you just walk it on them.
That would be good.
That'd be humiliating. Imagine being the road. No one wants to be the road in that situation. Man. Imagine just like hitting up your mates. Oh, what are you wearing to the album cover party? They're like, oh, we've already got our outfit sorted. We're going as Beatles. Oh, you can go as the road, but. And they're like, oh, okay. And they just rock up as a road.
Well, I think it would be funny to go as a horse.
No, it wouldn't be. But album cover's a good idea because it sort of gives people you get to express the music you're into kind of thing. Sort of broadens it up. It's like, not that you're like, oh, I love this album, I'm going to dress up as this guy. But it's like, you know, people have different tastes. So people have seen different albums, you know what I mean? Yeah. So when you rock up as maybe something a bit more specific and they're like, oh my God, you're this person.
It also like, I think it's hard to pick an album art that's like recognizable or... Not even, like, it doesn't have to be recognizable because you can just say it's this and show a picture of it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But there's so many album covers that are just like Ariana Grande's face. Or it's
Yeah.
like it's just her face. And
Well,
it's
there's a
like,
lot out there.
You can't do something like that.
You can
but
do something.
I was
Like,
thinking you could go as
yeah.
the I kind of want to. If that goes ahead, I'm gonna go as the Pink Floyd prism, the light splitting prism. So I'm just gonna like somehow figure something out with that.
That's such a you costume. It's just so out of the bag. I was
I'm
gonna
just
go
gonna
as
try and do it.
like an idea. I don't think I was gonna do it, but have you seen The Weeknd's recent album and how like all his like performances he wears like a red suit. He's got gloves on. It's like 80s themes kind of thing. He always has like a busted up face.
It's kind of velvety.
Yeah,
velvety
like
looking.
there's like a theme when it comes to his album.
Yeah.
And like I was like, that's a great idea. That's an example.
cool.
That's something you can do. Hey, plenty of ideas. You can rock up as like Eminem.
Well, Tyler the Creator, each of his album covers is like one of his characters,
Eagle,
isn't
yeah.
it?
You can
Eagle.
rock
So
as
you go as
Eagle,
Eagle.
yeah.
So that would
See?
be fun.
Come on now.
That's
Plenty of
real.
ideas.
There's lots of ideas there.
Any better won't even go through. It'll be something else. Tell you what's a really
I
good
want to
theme.
pick something real obscure, like
Spider-Man. That's a good theme right there.
Terrible thing.
No, it's not. It was a good thing.
That's what Sean had
It was
for
a
his
great-
birthday party.
It was just Spider-Man.
Oh, that was pretty cringe, eh?
No, it was not. I had the
joking.
best night of my life.
Nah,
Fuck you.
that was a fun theme. It was funny looking across like the room at your party and just seeing heaps of Spider-Man.
It was-
You're like, what the hell is it? It's
it
like
was-
a convention.
It was perfect because like setting up for the party was easy. It was like
Yeah.
you just go to the party section and there's
Yeah.
kids Spider-Man like cups, plates,
Yeah.
you know, things you put on the wall,
Yeah.
spider webs. It's like it's perfect. It's like this is a great idea.
Yeah.
And I remember I told my parents, I was like, I want to do Spider-Man themed. And they're like, no, that's so dumb. That's so
so
stupid.
silly.
Their reasoning was the girls don't know like what to dress up as.
I agree.
I
to a
do
degree.
agree.
None
I do
of them
agree.
knew what to dress as.
But I was like, you know what?
Don't care.
You can figure it out.
Okay.
They could dress up as Spider-Man.
There were-
Spider Girl.
There weren't many like MJs. Like
No.
there weren't very many like Mary Janes. There was a few.
It broke my heart.
I think there was one or two Gwens.
It was Gwen's. I honestly don't remember.
But even like I think it was just
There was a few- there was a few
There was a lot of Spider Girl.
a few Aunt Mays,
A few Aunt Mays. Yeah,
Couple
there was
Uncle
a-
Bens.
There was a lot of Aunt Mays.
Sure,
I,
Uncle Bens.
I was an Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. A mate of mine went as Electro, and he put things in his eyes, like those blue
Yeah.
things. And when he rocked up to the party, he like grabbed me, and I was shook. I was like, what is that? And then another mate. Oh,
What are
probably
you?
my favorite costume from that night was a mate of mine who rocked up late. He came as Doc Ock. And he had
like
he
hoses.
he put plastic like sticky taped hoses to his back. It looks really good. But what was really funny was like 10 minutes after he rocked up, I look out the back and they're doing beer bongs out of his so they're just long pipes on his back. So they'll grab the top end, pour a beer down it, and someone would be the other end of the tentacle just drinking the beer. And I was just laughing so hard. I was like, what the hell? It was good, man.
It's good
It was
fun.
a good time.
It's good fun.
Good fun. Christmas theme's good too. I mean, it's all right, but
I think it was fun.
it's up there, you know.
See, the thing is, my birthday's in the middle of winter, and so you've kind of got to be careful.
You
about
do have to
what
be careful
what
with
you
that.
pick for themes because it could potentially be like 10 degrees
Yeah.
or 10 degrees Celsius.
If I remember,
And
it
it's
wasn't
just
too
like-
bad.
It wasn't too bad.
Mm.
We like didn't really need the heaters on too much, but it was nice to have them.
Mm.
But
When
it was
the-
just
when the-
handy because
The
everyone was
default's going.
everyone was in sweaters,
Yeah.
and so it was just super. It was like super easy,
Mm.
and everyone stayed warm, which was good.
When the default's cooking, bro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Warming up. It's warm up time.
So the worst thing is like going out, especially for girls, going out in the winter.
I, don't know
I
how
feel
they
like
do
a
it.
lot of girls still wear the same short stuff they wear in summer,
They do often,
in the winter,
yeah.
and they just like throw a jacket on or something.
I
But
love going out
It's
in
too
winter.
cold. It's too cold.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Not really.
It is
but
better.
it's very good.
Less sweaty on the dance floor.
Tell you what, they get it both ways. Girls suck during winter, but during summer it's good because they can wear short. But
Yeah.
we have to wear jeans, like long pants, especially if you go into a fancy place.
Yeah, it depends where you're going.
Oftentimes
but
you won't get let in with shorts.
Usually.
So we sort of get the short end. But even then, sometimes wearing jeans isn't too bad. You don't get too sweaty.
Nah.
I get alright.
It's pretty rare that I'm thinking. I think it's only when you're in jeans or something for a long amount of time.
Yeah.
Like at the end of a school day, or at the end of a work day, sorry. I'm a teacher, so it's a school day. But at the end of a work day, first thing I do is change into a pair of shorts.
Oh, so do
And
I.
the air you feel on your legs, you're like, oh, it feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just having anything restricting. Like, even if I wear shorts that have, like, that are kind of tighter on me, having my phone and wallet in my pocket, I hate.
Hate that.
Because it's just against you.
Yeah. It's against you.
I don't like it.
No, it's bad.
You ever taken your phone out of your pocket and it's a bit, like, sweaty?
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's got, like, a bit of condensation on the screen.
That's from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've had that before. No, it's bad. Well, usually it's okay if you have clothes that fit you.
Yeah.
Like, we've all been in that situation where you might have those pair of jeans that are a bit too tight and you're like, oh, this is really uncomfortable, and then it just ruins your night. But if they fit fine, then it's like, then it's all good. See? You know?
I, you know, after a day of
I do know.
some tight pants, sometimes you just want to shower.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you pee in the shower?
Do I pee in the shower?
Yep.
It's not.
It's a yes or no.
Yeah, I do.
Ew. That's disgusting.
You do too.
No, I don't.
You told me you did.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
When did I do that?
Before the episode started.
It's because I was on TikTok and there was like, you know, they have those people who go around and interview people and it gets uncomfortable, but they're like, do you pee in the shower? It was this guy going up to a whole bunch of girls, like it just kept cutting to a different girl, and he's like, do you pee in the shower? And they're like, ew, no. Do you pee in the shower? Ew, no. And it's like, I don't know.
Maybe people don't pee in the shower.
We have a 60% female audience.
So far.
Maybe I don't really want to know how the, you know what? Don't worry about it. Let's just move on.
So the thing is, if we tell our own experiences, then it's like, it kind of opens up the people that we might be talking about to criticism. Of like,
maybe we're open to criticism.
Maybe is it gross that we pee in the shower?
That's disgusting.
It just goes down the.
Just
It's constantly got. You've constantly got soapy water on the thing.
Do you constantly? Are you
Yeah.
really feeling your soapiness all the time?
No, but you wash. When do you pee in the shower? After you're done?
Oh no!
No.
Yeah, of course.
Usually when you hop right in.
I'm spraying it everywhere. Usually.
So yeah, this is the thing. I usually direct it down towards the drain.
Oh well, yeah, you'd hope so.
You're not spraying it on the walls.
No. You spraying it on the walls?
No.
You spraying it on the walls?
No. I'm not spraying it on the walls.
You spraying it on the walls. You're just covering it up.
I just said you don't spray it on the walls.
I'm like, did you cover up the walls?
You know, if my mum's listening to this episode.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking.
Anyways, Tony, I'm sorry.
I caught you side red-handed.
Hey, look.
He pees on the walls.
I'm pretty sure everyone does.
No, let's
I'm just gonna say, I don't think there's anyone that doesn't pee in the shower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a hot take?
That's maybe.
All right.
Do you?
Right.
it's
I definitely think there's people that don't pee in the shower.
You reckon?
Yeah.
No.
I reckon it won't take long to find someone. Someone would DM us and be like,
you guys are
ew,
disgusting.
that's disgusting.
Just wash this
And I'd
down
be
the
like,
drain.
shut up.
You know where the toilet goes? Same place to the water shower.
Same place the water goes, man.
In the ocean. It goes in the ocean, right?
Oh
no.
Nah, we can talk about I just had my last exam today, Michael. Last exam. Done. God, it's exhausting.
Exams.
It was tough.
I haven't done an exam since the first year of uni.
Shut up.
It's
I
great.
don't care.
I've written exams.
I don't care.
I wrote an exam recently.
care.
It's hard to write exams.
Are they? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly feel like it would.
It is
I can be hard to sort of hit that middle ground of not too easy, not too hard.
Yeah.
I'd be really stressed if I set one and asked the students like, "How'd you go? Like, how was it?" And then if they're like, "That was really hard," you're like,
yeah.
"Oh shit."
Well, sometimes, luckily with high school, you just like set something that should be achievable. And then if they go terribly, you just say, "Did you study?" And they're like, "Nah." And I'm like, "Well, that's why." Because you just didn't.
But then
you didn't put in the work, mate.
Is your sense of knowledge too much for them? You know what I mean? You are the teacher. You know a lot more than they do. Like,
yeah.
Are you asking too hard questions? Like when you write it, are you like, "Oh, they should know this. This is like really easy to know."
So the way you usually judge it, you actually learn about like the theory of it a little bit at university when you're doing teaching.
Yeah.
But it's like it's the type of thing where it has to be achievable for your top kids.
Yeah.
As well as your bottom. So you have like what's called accessible marks kind of thing. And so it's as if it's kind of to split people into their abilities.
Yeah.
So the reason you might have a 10-mark question is because a 10-marker leaves room for the bottom end to make some marks. Like there's there's room for them to like showcase something, and then but it also leaves room for the smart people to like really
if you make it
to get 10 because they're capable of it.
If you make it 1 mark, then it's like,
and so you basically that's why exams have multiple choice questions. It's to like it's a bunch of easily accessible marks to basically every learner in the class. Like it's not anything.
But we've all had those tough multiple choice questions before.
That's true.
So are they all easily accessible? Well, I guess you could guess.
Depends on the type of multiple choice question.
True.
A lot of them are just like, define this, or what is this, or is this the right thing of this? Like, it's not show working and figure it out and then give us your answer.
Yeah.
Out of the 4 that are there, it's just like, what's this? Like, you just have to know the content to know it, basically.
I had an exam, a uni exam, where it was 100 multiple choice, 3 hours. And I was like, 100 multiple, that's easy. Like, it's all multiple choice. They were all A, B, C, D, E was none of the above. So you just like, even if you had even if your answer wasn't there, it could be E, so you don't know.
That's so annoying.
And it was like one of those ones where
I don't like that
37,
at all.
Like question 37, and then it would be like, using the answer from question 37, do this. Using the question from 38, do this. And like it would be like a full set of like 10 questions would all back to back off each other. The only good thing would be like,
that's rough.
If you knew how to do like 38, you could be like, you could just plug in all the values from A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D. And if you get an answer that's on there, you're like, okay, well, maybe that's that. And you like sort of link them up a bit. But it was a lot harder. And that's why I was going to talk about the exam I did today. It was kind of tough.
What was it about? What's the subject?
Wireless communications.
Okay.
So we did. So the 2 other exams I did, because this is like a COVID take on it, right?
Yep.
So you get the exam and they're like printed out. They're like, you got working space. So I printed it out. You do your little working, you do it, you scan it, you send it back. This one was all online. Right. So you can't provide working out. It's like pretty much
just the answer.
Just like, here's the question, type the answer.
Fuck.
1 mark. And
That's
it's like,
rough.
Some of them were like drop down. You have a few questions. Like some of them, I guess, were multiple choice, but it's like, that's brutal. Because it's like, you might be on track, but you could like plug in the wrong value. And it's just like, I hate when that happens. That really annoys me.
Sounds like maths. It's like you get error carried forward marks.
Yeah, exactly.
So if it's
like in high school, it was good because it's like you could be doing the right thing, but you might have used the wrong value or maybe put it in your calculator wrong. They'd still give you like 3 out of 4 marks. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like this is just like yes or no. And it's like, that's rough. Brutal.
That's rough.
It was annoying. But
it's hard to do. It's hard to write exams.
Shut up.
It's hard to. It just is. It's hard to pick things that will be achievable by all because you've got to design an exam to basically produce a bell curve.
Yeah.
Now, a bell curve, for anyone that doesn't know, it's like it's a spread of marks. So what you would consider average, a lot of the kids in your class are getting the average, or in your grade are getting the average, and then as you go to the lower end and the higher end, there's like less kids that are achieving the low ends and even less at the high ends. So it's like
the majority should be in the middle.
The majority should be in the middle, an average. But it's like you've got to design exams and assessment around that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I know of people that are teachers and they'll set, like all the kids will do really well in an assessment. And when it comes time to put their marks in the system, they say, some schools will say, you need to change it because we're meant to produce a bell curve. Yeah.
Wow.
But the thing is, it doesn't like
wouldn't the system like change their mark at the end of the grade or something like
usually,
that?
No.
Can't a student be like, I got this, not that? And the system says...
Yeah, I don't know. It's like for assessments and stuff.
Okay.
But it doesn't take into account that sometimes you just have classes where the kids are really good.
Yeah.
Like I have a class where...
Maybe just a good teacher. Like, damn.
Yeah. Or imagine like... imagine lifting up the results of the whole entire class.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know.
Well, if you list everyone up, you'd still have a bell curve.
Yeah, well, technically. Unless... Well,
you know what I'm saying?
But some
the
classes,
middle would be higher up.
Yeah.
You know
some classes, you just have some like really good class that they're all really good kids and they'll all do really well. But, you know.
Like small classes.
Small classes
are the best. The best ever.
Yeah.
I had... My economics year 12 class was like 8 people. It was great.
Yep.
Modern history was a bit big. My maths class, like at the very start of year 12, there were like 10 of us. It was so good.
Mm.
Then like we got merged with another class because they only had like 20 and we ended up having like 33.
No,
And it just
too
sucked.
many.
Like it was just
Too
bad.
many. At that point, you're on your own as a learner.
I felt stressed for the teacher.
Well, as a teacher, you're spread too thin. You can't.
It's HSC 12 maths.
Yeah.
It's like
You can't give kids the support they need when there's that many in a class. You
it
just
was bad.
can't. It's that.
it's like that simple.
It's rough. It's rough. But
Like 20 is probably like the max.
I'd say 20 should be the maximum
Yeah.
for your environment to start. Like for your quality of learning to start like diminishing, 20 is I think is the cutoff
I
roughly.
agree.
Depends on the kids, but
Rough, man. Rough.
yeah, it's rough.
Teachers,
Anyways,
man.
should we wrap it up?
We should.
Thank you very much for listening to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name's been Michael.
My name's Sean.
Go follow the Young Crumbs podcast on Instagram. The Young Crumbs podcast. No
Dots, no spaces, no underscores.
That's it.
Your Instagram is?
Moby Dick. MOB_Y_Dick.
That's
Moby Dick. Yep.
Yours
is?
at Sean_Wool99. Just quickly, fuck Sarah. Before we head out, just wanted to say a quick word. Fuck Sarah. All right. Yeah, that's it. What? What is it?
Fuck Sarah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that. All right. See ya.